Hello and welcome to my podcast, Conversations with Cornelius, where I, Cornelius Patrick O'Sullivan, discuss, chat and hypothesize on all things from fatherhood, marriage, comedy and everything else in between. From time to time, there will be special guests, but mostly it's going to be me and some regular contributors, including my main squeeze, Noelle Patricia O'Sullivan, aka the wife. So sit back, relax and enjoy Conversations with Cornelius. Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Conversations with Cornelius. I'm your host Cornelius Patrick O'Sullivan, and it is Monday the 13th of May at 10 a.m. I'm in the John Hume War Room. I'm sipping on a beautiful coffee. I've had a little bake about an hour ago and I am working from home today. Today is going to be a busy day for me. I have a lot on. But I am joined by a very, very special guest, and I'll bring that person on there in a minute. But I just want to there's a few questions I have, right? Where am I? The John Hume War Room. Who am I? I'm Cornelius. That's who I am. When am I? Well, that's the most important question. I'm in Fermoy this Friday in the Richmond Revival, which is a new venue in Fermoy in an old Georgian house. And I'm doing my show, A Bird in the Hand there. Tickets are going well by all accounts. And you can get them on my website, which is www.corneliuspatrickosullivan.com. But I'm also, if you can't make Fermoy, I'm also in Mallow this Saturday in the High B. And tickets are flying for that. There's about 100 gone, and that's what I wanted to sell. When I put it on sale, I was humming and hawing, am I going to put this gig on sale? I just did the Everyman. I know that a lot of people from North Cork came and supported me, and I was like humbled and very appreciative of that. And I was just like, you know, is it embarrassing? Will I put on another show here now? Will it be embarrassing if like 20 tickets are sold? So I was like, if I could sell 100, I think it would be worthwhile. And and the fact that I'm like, I was in Glanworth last week, I'm in Fermoy the night before, I'm in Newmarket a couple of weeks after. I was just like, am I oversaturating myself? But look, I've worked hard on this show, A Bird in the Hand, and I want to take it around to the towns and to the villages of Cork as well, because I know not everybody can hop into a car and drive up on a specific date to see me in a nice theatre, you know. So this is just what's happening. So happy thank you more please. Hop on and buy tickets if you want to come and see me. I would love to see you there. And that concludes the business element of the opening of today's podcast. What did you think of it? The business side of it?
I tuned out.
Okay.
Thought you were meant to introduce me.
I'm about to introduce you, but like I was trying to give this kind of casual vibe.
Oh,
where
right.
people are like, wow, these two really know each other.
Oh, savvy.
I'll bring you on. So, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome special guest
Fuck you.
and long-time contributor, my wife, Noelle
Patricia O'Sullivan. Ní Murphy.
I like to go Ní Murphy because Ní is Irish.
Oh, right.
But obviously it's your name, so however you want it to be said, I will say it in whatever.
I don't mind, my love.
Don't you?
No.
All right. How are you?
I'm great. Very good on this Monday morning. Wet Monday morning.
It is wet. And for those of you who don't know, the John Hume War Room is my office here in my home. We actually have had a load of new listeners.
Oh yeah.
In the last month, I was looking at I was on Podbean there, and I was having a look at the figures, at the numbers, and
crunching the numbers.
And so I was
welcome,
just like, welcome
all the new listeners.
Welcome and bienvenue. Do you know that song from Cabaret? Oh cabaret, no cabaret, cabaret.
No.
I played the lead in Cabaret back in 1998 in Mallow in the Pilgrim Players.
Oh yeah?
I was Clifford Bradshaw.
Do you know, we used to have some framed posters in Elm Court. Where are they?
Would they be above in the little
office?
Yeah, the little pokey office upstairs.
Maybe so.
I think they are up there actually. Do you know where I think they are? Is when you go in.
On the left there.
On the left up high on top of the shelves. We shall have a look.
Yes.
Both you and I shall venture upstairs, appray this podcast, and make our way to the second office in the kingdom of Utopia. Anyway, trending topics with Cornelius Patrick O'Sullivan, starring Noel Patricia and Ian Myra.
Forgot the O'Sullivan.
O'Sullivan. Hashtag nightmares.
Oh, Nightmares is trending.
And I when I saw it, I was like, oh, this is perfect.
Yeah, because we have a little boy that came into our bed last night because he had a nightmare. Nightmare about lava getting him. And I was like, Hunter, that's Minecraft. You can't be watching Minecraft anymore. He's only 4, nearly 5, and he loves watching videos on Minecraft.
Keep talking, I'm taking off my top.
Ooh, exciting. Note that it's an over fleece that's over a hoodie. And he's finally warm. Yeah, so he came into our bed last night with a nightmare. So he's now said, he himself has said, I'm not going to watch Minecraft.
And you know what I love about that, right? Is because he's been having these recurring nightmares for the last couple of weeks. And every night he has it, it's something to do with Minecraft, like.
Yeah.
And I'd say to him, we have to stop watching Minecraft now, Hunter. We have to stop watching Minecraft. No, I don't think it's from Minecraft at all. I don't think it's from my dad. I don't think it's... And like he'd be the big tears on his face, like.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, okay, all right, okay. But no, last night, I went out to him, I think it was around 1 o'clock. And I said, that's it now, there's no more Minecraft. Okay, no more. And this morning then he was like, yeah, there's no more Minecraft. But he came into the bed. Hunter Khan now is 4, he's 5 next month. And I came into the bed and, we were talking about this in the kitchen. You could just hear his whole being exhale all the trauma and anxiety that he had from that nightmare.
Yeah.
Because he's in between his mammy and daddy.
Yeah, and this little, he puts on a smile as he falls back to sleep. He nearly always falls back to sleep with a big smile on his face if he gets into our bed. Yeah. He's like...
Because you don't get into our bed easily. It's not
anymore.
No, you don't, like, and you're brought back a lot of the time, you know, but like, and then you said to me, you were like, are we going to leave him here? And I was like, let's leave him here. And I'm fighting, I don't know if you can tell in my voice, for the last couple of weeks, I'm kind of fighting a little bit of a chest infection or a bit of sickness. And Hunter's also fighting it. So he was in the bed, I'd say he was in the bed 4 minutes, and he coughed into my mouth 4 or 5 times. And you were snoring. And I was like, I had to wake you. I was like, Noel, what about Hunter here? What about Hunter here? He's coughing. And I was like, well, you made the decision to bring him into the bed. But what happened then? I had to take him over to his bed and hop in with him over there. But he was as happy as that then. And Harvey's like this morning, huh? What are you doing over here? He said to me then, did you miss Mom in your bed last night? I said, I actually did. Yeah. Hunter had full custody. Hunter had full custody. Nightmares, you get nightmares?
No, I used to, when I was a kid, I had one reoccurring nightmare.
Really?
Yeah. Didn't I tell you this?
No.
There was a black man sitting on a black rock and a dark night eating a black banana.
There was a black man in the middle of the night sitting on a black rock eating a black banana. Okay.
Yep.
And that was just it. That was the nightmare.
Yeah.
And how old were you when you were getting this?
I can't really remember, but it lasted for a while.
Yeah, reoccurring. And I used to get when I was Hunter's age. I said this to you last night. When I moved around a lot. Our family moved around a lot when I was young, and we lived in Carricktool, and we lived in Middleton, we lived in Mallow, we lived in Ballyclaw, and when we were in Carricktool, I was around Hunter's age. I used to see or think I'd see these like creatures or these shadows.
Jesus, yeah.
And I had a name for them and everything, the Lawsons. And even I was gigging in Kilkenny about 2 months ago, and my auntie Tessie was there. Tessie's titties, shout out to Tess. And she was like, she remembered the Lawsons.
No way.
She brought it up, like she goes, Jesus Christ, you're a long way from the Lawsons now. And like I was like, fucking hell, that's a blast.
But I wondered, did you name them or did your mother name them?
I don't know.
Because that is that's a technique. If your child is on about a ghost or seeing something, you you just make fun of you make light of the person, like what they're seeing. So you give it a name. You might call it snotty nose, or like, oh, he's only silly. Look at where is he? Oh, look, he's doing.
That's just the Lawsons.
Yeah, like
that's just the Lawsons. They're the neighbours next door. They could have been. Yeah, it could have been. Yeah, my mum and dad were great, to be honest. You know, they work really hard, but they would have been great now, in fairness. And you know, I always remember being sick. My mum would have always looked, when I was very young, like, you know, she would have always been a great carer. I think that's important. Yeah. And I think you're great with the kids that way as well. I mean, it's just the care. Like, I think we've such a responsibility when you're bringing up children, to any slip up you make, they fucking digest it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and it's like you're on a video game and you're going through levels and like, oh, they've just gone to level 7. Now they're gone to level 14. And there's different difficulties that come with each level. But like, just to get to the battle, like, even like, because it was Dylan's birthday last week, my oldest son. He was 26 and he came out here on Friday morning and we kept the kids off school.
Yeah.
We kept Harvey off till 11.
Yeah.
And Hunter for the day. And like, just stuff like that.
Yeah, they loved it. Like, they were so excited all week about Dylan coming out for his birthday, and you know, it was really sweet, wasn't it? They adore him anyway. Because I suppose because there's such an age gap as well.
Yeah.
There's a real idol vibe, you know. But to see them then,
he was on this morning now trying to get free tickets for the fucking gig on Saturday.
Well, you already told him.
I told him he could have free tickets, like him and his girlfriend.
Yeah.
Would I have to get tickets now for Dylan and for Owen and their 2 girlfriends, or could I get them directly off you?
I was like, I know what you're fucking doing here, like. I was like, they can pay at the door, you and Shauna can get in for free.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking hell. Hashtag Nemo.
Oh, well, hashtag, all I know, Nemo Rangers or Finding Nemo. Did you look up what is trending for?
Nemo Rangers, a great hurling and football club, predominantly football. Green and black, nestled in the middle of Cork City, really. And you know, a lot of people say they poach a lot of players. They're great at poaching, and I have seen it in the past with Newmarket. They kind of handpicked a couple of good players there a couple of years back. But they do have a strong tradition in football and hurling, and they're a great club, run very, very well. But no, that's not the Nemo. And Nemo, Finding Nemo, the cartoon with the little fish, is it? The little fish. And what's the story of Finding Nemo?
I think that the fish gets lost.
Oh, the fishy gets lost. Poor fishy. It's not about that either.
Okay.
It's Nemo. Well, this is what I think. I'm pretty sure it is. Nemo is the Eurovision Song Contest winner.
Oh, right.
They're from Switzerland, and the Eurovision was on last week.
Or Saturday, yeah.
I just thought it might be an interesting. I didn't watch it. We
didn't watch it. We were boycotting it. I would have watched the final because Ireland were in the final, and I was like, this will be the year now they win it. But it was so, like, the whole not allowing the Palestinian flag and all of this, and it was like, how are they so adamant? Sure, then it turns out that the major sponsor is an Israeli company, Moroccan Oil or something like that.
Are you surprised that the money won at the end of the day?
Yeah.
Did that surprise you that the people with a lot of money got their way?
Did not. But then Ireland gave them 10 points in the voting.
But who was in charge of the voting? I mean, it's
meant to be. I think it's meant to be a phone vote, as in. But then, as somebody said to me.
Well, if it's a phone vote, then that just proves how corrupt that competition is.
But it also means that people who were very pro-Palestine weren't watching the show, so it takes a
that's very true.
It takes a demographic out of people who watched the show and voted have no interest in. Yeah. I'd like to see the figures of viewing from Ireland. Like, they must be down on other years, you know. So the people watching, it'd be interesting. What was the Israeli song? Was it anyway good that you may have voted? But it probably is.
I didn't even hear our song, to be honest. I haven't even heard our song.
I saw a clip of it,
and
it was very Eurovision-y,
Well, it's gone. I remember the Eurovision as a kid, and it was a staple in our house. Now, at the time, there was no iPhones, or there was no internet.
Yeah.
So there was RT1, RT2, and if you were posh, and if you had a few quid, if your dad worked in a bank, you might have had the multi-channel. right?
yeah,
and you
yeah.
could go on in the multi-channel and like listen to that famous fella from Limerick. He's dead now, Terry Wogan. He was supposed to be a great commentator, but in our house it was Marty Whelan.
Yes,
You
yeah.
know.
Marty's very good at it though, because he's
And
funny.
and my sisters and my mum loved it. And I'll be honest now, I didn't really like it until it got to the voting. And when it got to the voting, I was fucking screaming at it. I was loved
As
that part.
intense, yeah.
I was into that.
Yeah, but that was
as
because
much as
Ireland
anyone.
at that time was winning, and we had a chance all the time. We were up the top.
And I would, and this is just me. I would always love our song. And then, like, if they were singing in a different language, I was like, nah, fuck off.
But it's gone like
What are
all
they
the
singing in Swiss
robots
for?
and all of that now, and
Yeah.
it's like
But that day is
future.
gone because, like, you know, that song, Charlie McGettigan and what's his
yeah.
name? You know, oh,
Yours and you were mine. That was once
upon a time. Now we never seem to rock and roll anymore. But what's the winning song today? I don't know.
I don't know what it is.
It's gone very ravey anyway.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I think really the gays have taken it over. Really, like, you know, they have, like, you know, and
I don't think that's a fair statement now. The gays. First of all, you shouldn't use that kind of term. The gays have taken it over.
the gay community have taken it over. That's what I mean. Like,
yeah,
do you
I
know
know,
what I mean?
but-
It's like that's true though, isn't it?
But I would say that was always the case.
Yeah, but it's gone like there was all like it's gone a very specific way now. And I'm not saying I'm for it or against it. I'm just saying it's just. But that's newsflash. A 45 or 47 year old middle-aged man doesn't like the way the young people do things.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
what's happened to me. It's not like I'm not saying I am for it or against it. I don't know. I don't care if gay people win it. Like I was actually Nemo was trans, or not trans. They're non-binary.
Yeah.
So and Bambi Tug, our entry was not. Although I have a fierce problem with Bambi Tug, like the surname Tug, like there's no way they'd beat anyone in a scrap, like, you know. But like that's just the way it is, and it's not for me.
Yes.
For me.
Yeah, I think it's gone. I think it's probably just got. I don't know. It's gone. Really alternative. Like, doesn't seem about a song. But anyway, enough about the Eurovision. I'd say.
All right, okay. #vegetarian.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
I have a ringing in my ear for some reason suddenly.
Have you? Why don't you just hold your breath and then just breathe out like this? Yeah.
Oh, that just came out my eye.
All right, okay.
But I think it actually, yeah, it's gone now.
There you go.
Vegetarian.
Dr. Cornelius to the
So,
rescue.
that's interesting now. But as you struggle with your vegetarianism,
I'm going through the most difficult period in my whole entire life in terms of food. I'm craving, I don't know, I'm craving meat, but I'm craving it on a physical, I'm not, like, when I was researching the trending topics for today, right, I was on, what did I see here now? And it was fucking horrendous. Like, I was on, I'm on the RT website, and I was looking at the slaughter of animals and stuff like this. And I was like, this is terrible. This is terrible. And I had an incident there at the weekend. Fucking myself and Chris have been laughing about it all weekend.
oh yeah,
I was
fine.
like, as anyone knows, in the last couple of weeks, I've been a vegetarian for about 7 years, and about on my birthday back in March, I was doing a gig in Newcastle West. I had a few pints. I had a smoke of a J. Chris was driving, and the guy who owns the venue brought in a bag of chips, but there was chicken under the chips, and there was no one around. And I ate the chicken, and
Yes.
then I spiraled out of control then
Yes.
for a couple of days. But anyway, I'm back on the train since. I'm back on the vegetarian train to vegetarian.
Yeah, you slipped another one time, I think, didn't you?
Oh, I think I might have slipped one other time, yeah. But I'm pretty much solid now with the last 6 or 7 weeks.
Yeah. I'd say you had a blip maybe twice or 3 times over a 2-week period. And
But
that was it.
I may have had a blip at the weekend, but we'll never know, right? So I was horrendous form on Friday. Really bad form, right? Fucking, there was a lot of shit going on, and there was a lot of stress going on, and I was like, fucking hell, I'd normally be able to keep it together, but I was just in bad form, and
Shocked.
I was driving up to Portmarnock to do a gig, right? And I was like, you know what? Fuck this now. Fuck this. I don't give a fuck. I'm having some chicken.
Being all
I'm
defiant.
gonna have a fucking. Because I knew where we were going. It was a posh place, and Chris said they're gonna feed us there, and I knew like, fucking the food would be amazing. like,
Yeah,
you
and
know?
you just wanted the full choice of the menu. I think that's the thing. It's
Oh.
hard when, like, as a non-vegetarian, you get an option of 8 starters and 8 main courses or whatever, and then as
7 of them are of meat.
yeah, and then as a vegetarian, you get like maybe no option for your main. That's what the vegetarian option is.
Exactly. Or fucking a larger version of the fucking one of the starters.
Yeah,
Do you know?
yeah.
But anyway, I was like, fuck this. I'm gonna have a chicken burger. I'm gonna have or breasted chicken, fucking chicken. Like it was like I was like a fucking alcoholic who had just broken out. Except chicken was my fucking thing, you know. And so I
Could
got.
you say any more curse words in that one line?
Sorry, apologies for all the curses there, lads. It's just that I really want
Chicken.
chicken. You know, I just want it so bad. So anyway, I arrive. I'm in bad enough old form, but I'm at a gig here now.
Buck up.
I'm
Cop
buck
on.
up. It's like what I said to you this morning. I said, look, I'm a bit sick now, but look, for the next 3 hours, let's fucking just drive it on. We'll fucking get through it, and I'll go to bed in the afternoon. You were like, yeah, let's do that. And anyway, got to the gig anyway. I'm bad enough old form, but I'm there before Chris. I do the sound check. I get everything sorted, and Chris comes back, and he's in great form. So then I'm like, do you know what? I'm just gonna snap out of this form.
Come on now, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just going to snap out of this farm. I'm not going to bring him down. So I'm chatting away anyway, and we're chatting about this and that and the other. And then the techie guy comes back and he's like, and Chris is like, is there anywhere we could get a bite to eat? Because we were going to go away for something to eat because there was no menus brought out to us, you know?
Yeah.
And he was like, did you not get menus? Oh, for fuck's sake, man. I'm so sorry. Jesus, I'll run back. I'll get me. And he came back with 2 menus. And as he gave the menu to Chris, he was like, Chris said, I hope there's good vegetarian stuff on this now for you. And I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. No, your man who's going to take the order knows I'm a vegetarian. So he's going to know if I order, like, I don't mind breaking it in front of Chris because Chris just laugh at me.
Yeah.
You know? But no, like, this stranger is going to be
judge
judging
me.
you know? So I'm looking at the menu and I'm just like, literally what you just said. There was 8 or 9 options on the main, and the only option for vegetarian was vegetarian falafel burger. And the falafels are grand, right? Every now and then they're grand, but they're like to have them every day. It's just, it wouldn't be my...
And you see, I think as well, what's the struggle for you at the moment is because you're away so much, it's in your face a lot about being a vegetarian because there's all these lovely options available, and then you've got one and it's not what you like.
Chris
They
is
always
double
have
smashed cheeseburgers, like,
Yeah,
I'm
and
eating a
you-
fucking nun's fanny, like, you know,
and
dry
you
as fuck.
and it's probably like it's always a curry. You don't like curries,
Yeah.
and you wouldn't go. I know you wouldn't ask. Is there any chance I could just have a toasted sandwich with chips?
That's
like,
what I do. That's literally what I do most places. And a lot of places go, ooh, yeah, I don't think we can do toasted sandwich.
Yeah.
All right, okay. Fucking just give me a fucking bowl of water. I'll fucking bring it over there with the dog. So anyway,
Yes,
right?
back.
Your
We
man-
digress.
So we're back, and he goes, I'll come back there in a couple of minutes and I'll take your order. And then I confessed to Chris about my bad mood and how I was coming up and I was going to get chicken. And he was like, just fucking get it, boy. Just get it if you want to get it. I was like, no, I fucking won't. No, I feel bad. And I'm not. I'm going to get the falafel. I'm going to get the burger, right? The vegetarian burger is what it was called, but it was made, the ingredients
Yes.
falafel. So your man comes over anyway, and he takes Chris's order, and then he comes to me, and I'm like, I said, I'm a vegetarian. I said, can I get the vegetarian burger? And he actually gave me a look. He was like, oh, all right, yeah, no worries, yeah, vegetarian burger. And he went off, but he gave me a look. He was as like out of pity or something, you know. But I don't think anyone else saw it, only me. And he came.
I think you in your head saw it.
He came back anyway. So we were going through bits and pieces about the week and whatever, right? He came back about 15 minutes later, right? And he gave Chrissy his food. And he gave me my burger, right? My vegetarian burger and chips. And very dismissively, as he walked out the door, he goes, you'd want to check that. Just make sure it's vegetarian. And walked out the door. And I swear to God, I was holding the burger in my hand.
Yeah.
I hadn't eaten it. And I was looking at it. I was like, and Chris said nothing, right? And I said nothing. We both ignored it, right? We both ignored it. And then I was just looking at the burger, and Chris started eating his burger. I was like, there's no way.
But did he have a burger as well?
Chris had a burger.
So a meat burger.
Oh, sorry, he didn't. He
No.
had chicken wings. He had chicken
Oh,
wings.
okay.
Yeah, sorry, he'd burger the following night. Sorry, I got mixed up with what he was at. But I had a burger, and I was looking at it, and I was like, this doesn't look like a fucking falafel veg. Do you know, it didn't look like it. I took a bite out of it, right, and endorphins just fucking exploded within me, and I was like, this is fucking
Meat.
This was a fucking
Cow.
an animal walking around the place a few weeks ago. It tastes delicious. Moo. You know, it was like, and I was like, oh my god.
I fancy a burger now.
Yeah.
I'm starving anyway, but go on.
So I took another bite, and Chris is kind of looking at me through through a side eye, like, you know. And then I'm like, is it? Because he didn't say it wasn't. You know, he goes, you might want to check that. Like, how am I going to fucking check it? You're the cunt who's fucking cooking it. You're the cunt who needs to check it, not me. You might want to fucking check that there, will you? Go away and do your job properly. Anyway, sorry.
What was that?
But it's true though, like.
I just think he was being funny, because people are always, you know yourself, as a comedian, people are always throwing jokes at you.
You see,
you had already said that he seemed a bit kind of jovial, that witchy, like,
and
right?
He was. But he
definitely-
hadn't cracked any jokes, and I would ordinarily listen to you, right, and go, do you know what, you're probably right. But Chris was there too.
Oh, so I'm up against Chris now.
No, but
your
there's
other
a
lover.
witness. There's a witness who's corroborating what I am fucking
Felt.
suggesting, right?
Yes.
And felt and saw and heard. So I was having, right? I took
Chris says it's true.
yeah, but I took a bite, and I was like, oh my god, this is a burger. And then I took another bite just to make sure it was a burger, and I was like, this is a burger. And Chris is looking at me through the side eye, and I was like, Chris, would you mind tasting that there, right?
Sucking my cock as well while you're at it.
If you wouldn't
Excuse
mind.
me.
If you wouldn't
Block
mind.
your children's ears.
I just cupped my balls.
Ah!
And just the bottom of my shaft. All right, okay. Well, listen, you started it.
I
You
know.
started it.
You went further.
You know?
You went a lot further.
So he took a bite out of it, and he gave me back the burger. And I think he was trying because it was
Your
definitely
mic
a
is
burger.
way down. You fucking.
Well, I'm talking loud. I think he was trying. I think he didn't want me to feel bad,
All right.
you know. And he said, "Oh, I don't know, boy. It's either do you know, it's either an unbelievable vegetarian burger, or it's a fucking or it's a terrible regular burger, you know." And I was like, "It's definitely a burger now, like, you know, it's definitely a burger." And the cheese, they didn't use proper cheese, and it melted into it, but I ate it anyway. I ate it all. But like that's what you're put up against when you're going in asking for fucking, and then your waiting staff are like kind of going,
But we always say as well, like, if we go out for something to
check
eat.
that there now, bye, just in case.
No, if we go out for something to eat, they'll automatically put the vegetarian option down in front of me. I might have got a steak or whatever. I could have got like full Irish, and they'll put if it's not the same person, if it's not the same waiter, they'll put the vegetarian option down in front of me, and I'm like, sorry, does my figure look like it's a vegetarian?
I want the meat.
But
yeah.
so actually, on figure, on thing, have you announced the upcoming big news?
No.
Are we announcing it today, or are we keeping it?
It has to be kept on. It has to be announced publicly first.
Ooh, stay tuned.
Yeah.
But anyway,
We'll have to digress quickly now from that. Because we're that was it anyway. That concludes trending topics with Cornelius Patrick O'Sullivan and special guest Noel Patricia O'Sullivan Nimaraku. Rolls off the tongue, doesn't it?
oh yeah, so smooth.
So we're just going to talk about a couple of things before we move on with today's episode, and we're kind of coming to at the end now of a busy period, in terms of those types of gigs, tour gigs, tour support gigs. My tour, I think I'm going to do an extended tour in the autumn, but for the summer I'm going to be concentrating on working on my new show for next year, getting that right, getting that ready.
And in Coco, I suppose.
I'll be in Coco a lot, I'll be in Kingdom a lot, I'll be kind of just trying to stay around for the summer, do you know what I mean? Like, I'll still be working, you know, Thursday, Friday, Saturday nights, but within...
It'll be the evening. It's not the 3 or 4 hour drive, a 5 hour drive.
Yeah, which to be honest, it's only in the last month or so that it's really just kind of caught up on me. Such was the euphoria of...
I think as well, though, you know, it's like when you're going on, I know you're not going to be going on holidays, but like when you know that a change is coming, You always are like, it's like when you're going on holidays from work and you've 2 weeks to go, you're like, oh my God, I need the holidays so much.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I need the change so much. You start to
That's so
need
true.
it more than you ever needed it. It's like the last couple of weeks before.
And we
it
have
happens.
something. We have something to look forward to. We Paris. To look
Yes,
forward to.
we do.
Yeah. And that's
Daddy.
we're May now, so that's the end of June. So it's like we're like only about 5 or 6 weeks away from it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, and I am actually starting to think about that because you know what I'm loving about that,
What?
right? Is that there's no kids. It's just you
Yes.
and me. And
Yeah. And we're going for 3 nights. Yeah.
I think we're going for 3.
Yeah. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and back on the Wednesday.
And we're going to see Rod. So I have it here. We're going out on the Sunday. We're there for the Monday. We're there for the Tuesday. We're there for the Wednesday.
So if anybody has any recommendations
For gay party.
for Paris,
I've
That
been there
would be
before.
nice.
Have you ever been there?
I was there in secondary school.
Yes, same.
Was that when you were there?
Same, yeah, same.
So it'd be nice to go as a couple. And
Yeah.
and
the city of love. I remember what I did. I did all the touristy things: the Champs-Élysées,
Mm-hmm.
Eiffel Tower,
Yeah.
Louvre. I think that's how the French pronounce the Louvre. Louvre. Fuck off. Fucking Egypts. It's Louvre.
we should practice some French before. We should get like
Oh,
an
that'll
app.
be hilarious. Duolingo.
Duolingo, yeah, and try to do it. And then
Did you do French for your living?
I did, but I ended up doing pass French.
Will we try and have a little conversation?
No,
Français.
no.
Bonjour. Ça va?
Oui. I mean, in fairness, like I went to France on the we were twinned, and I was the youngest to go. I went at like 11, and they were all. I went the summer before I went into first year. Like my mother had been and stayed with that same family before that, and and Carl had gone to this family, and we knew the family that I was going to, and Carl was going, and but like Carl was 3 years older than me, school wise, like, so that was the range of people that were going, the ages, and then I was along as well. But like I didn't, like some people went and started their journey of French.
Yeah.
Like I ended up doing pass French for my leaving. Like, but the family I stayed with that
Spoke
year,
English.
pretty much spoke
Same
English.
with the fucking family I saw.
Yeah, and they were
so
brilliant.
snaky, like now. Don't get me wrong, I was delighted.
Yeah, and they learned their English like by coming over to Ireland and stuff, and the parents had been over like to Waterville. They used the twinning program correctly.
Yeah. Whereas we just kind of use it as a kind of a like
I'm just trying to think. Did I
Yes.
stay with the same
Parents-
family twice?
Irish parents
Must
use
have.
it as a way of getting their fucking kids out from underneath their legs for 2 weeks.
Yeah, for cheap.
And for cheap. And if they came back with a bit of French, like I remember coming back, like I did an exchange with.
Did you do Irish college?
No,
Neither did I.
no,
That's gas. Yeah,
no. I didn't want to do Irish college.
I did pass Irish as well. There was never going to be a hope for the Irish.
Anyone like. Now, I know one of our regular listeners
Hi, Laura.
has good things to say about Irish college, but I have a different opinion. I never went.
But
so-
our opinion isn't really valid because we
Yeah,
never went.
We never went, but I know people who did. I know those type of people that I went to school with, and they'd look down on you.
Because you didn't go?
Well, just not that, even that. It's just there was just a kind of I think it was a wealth thing actually, more so. In like, the way. I don't know if you experienced this now. Like, there was definitely levels in national school and secondary school. If your parents were a little bit more wealthy or doing well-to-do, it kind of trickled down into kids and their attitudes and stuff like that. Like we definitely wouldn't have had the money to go to Irish college. Like it would have been too luxuriant. By the time my sister Cleana was going to,
Did Susan go to Irish college?
Susan didn't. Me and Leona didn't. By the time Susan didn't, Mary did, and Cleana did. But by the time Susan was around, Susan was my age, we'll say, at Irish college going years, my parents would have been doing reasonably okay for themselves and would have been able, and then immediately invested into Irish college and stuff like that in their children. But like we just didn't have it when I remember. Like we weren't poor now. We weren't poor, but we were like working class, trying our best to fucking save and turn off the lights.
I think we just didn't want to go to Irish college, definitely.
And I did this the other thing. I didn't want to fucking
Yeah.
Irish. I hated it in school.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
I was useless at it. There was no way. But all my family are not great. I don't think anyone is fluent in Irish. I know Carl and Bernard definitely did pass Irish, and I don't know about the older three. Elaine did pass Irish.
I did pass Irish.
I don't know about Peter and Alan. Elaine has a great story actually about Irish. I think it was Irish that herself and Peter did it the same year, and I did their leaving cert the same year. And I think it was Irish that Peter did it like out at school, was across the road from our house, and Elaine did it like 15 minutes away. And Peter came out from Irish, and Elaine was sitting on the wall. Like just laissez-faire
Yeah.
after coming out from Irish, but like was home and all 20 minutes before the exam was even finished.
Like
It was,
it's
but,
it's our national language, like, and the amount of time that we has been put into. We'll just say you now, right? Like, wasn't it Irish nearly every day in national school?
yeah, I would
And then
think so.
you'd have one class a day in
At least, yeah.
So 40 minutes a day, the guts of 2 to 3 hours a week, I suppose. And no, hardly any of us can speak it fluently. And
No.
it is a beautiful language.
Yeah.
It is a beautiful language.
But I'd say you like. I'm surprised that you don't know how to speak it. I feel like you should be good at languages. I know
I
you're
was
very
good at French.
English.
I was good at French. And I was all right at Irish. I just didn't apply myself now, really.
Well, I know that,
know.
yeah, but
But like at the same time, I'd have. Do you know the way some people go? Oh, I adore languages.
yeah.
I absolutely adore languages.
Like I
can speak
tried at
14
French.
languages.
I went down in Irish after first year. Hated the teacher. But like I did try at French and just couldn't get it right. Do
Yeah.
you know that kind of way, as in the pronunciation?
I think how they say that in French is you couldn't get it right. No, I'm pretty good at French.
All of that racket.
Enunciation.
Couldn't grasp it. So but I feel like you
I was good at French, and when I came back from my exchange was with a guy called Vivian. We used to call him Vivipus Van Dam. We literally fought we literally had 2 scraps, one in Paris and one in Ireland. And my cousins, I remember I was at my grandmother's 90th above in Cork a couple of years, or was it
Last year.
And we were all out in the smoking room, we were all half cut, and I remember my cousin coming up to me and goes, "Do you remember the time? Do you remember Keane? He's a patron. Shout out to Keane Mack. He goes, do you remember the time you and Vivian had a fight out the back of my house in Cork?" And this has gone back years. Like, I was like, oh my God, I had totally forgot about it. We were like pucking the heads off each other.
no way.
But he was actually all right. He was all right, in fairness to him. He was, but he came to Ballyclaw, right?
Yeah.
Which was like, which is so rural. Like, we'd cycle over to the village and we'd meet Dinny and Fergus.
And all their exchange students.
And no, they didn't have any exchange.
Oh.
My grandmother set this up for us.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So like,
It wasn't a twinning thing.
no,
Different.
it wasn't.
Yeah.
My grandmother set this up for us, for me, because their town was twinned with someone, and she was like, I think we could get Connie, in with Vivian here, So we'd cycle over to Ballyclaw, like in the summer, lazy summer days, and we'd go up to the school and play soccer, right? And this is how the same, but how different we are, right? The following year, I went to Paris, and he lived in a two-bedroom apartment in the centre of Paris.
Oh, that's how you went to Paris, is it? All right.
Yeah, and he had a sister called Marie Nouchy, and his mum and dad, I can't remember their mum and dad anyway, but they literally spoke English to me the whole time. I learned, the only time I played French was every day we do the same thing. We'd go down, my first time seeing a prostitute.
Oh, Jesus.
Prostitutes would be hanging outside these little cubicle toilets. Businessmen would be walking to work. Next thing, a prostitute would stick out the leg into the jacks, and off they go.
Quickly before work.
I came from the sleepy suburbs of Ballyclaw. You know what I mean? I could not believe it. I was like, I got a puck down, and someone gave me a puck into the head in a subway for looking at him. It was an Arab fella.
Oh, Jesus.
Because I was just I'd never seen a black
So
person,
surprised,
and I was just kind of looking, but I wasn't. I probably was staring actually.
Yeah.
And he
that
just
is-
pucked me, gave me
Jesus.
so I got a puck. But every day we would go.
What age were you on?
I was about 14, I'd say,
Oh, yeah.
and we'd go, like, the facilities were unreal. There was this place where it was like cage soccer, but there might have been 50 soccer
Yes.
pitches
yeah.
in this little tiny little part of Paris, and you'd have lads from 6 and 7 years old right up to like lads, grown men playing all day, every hour of the day, every single, and you'd have to wait to get a pitch, and I'd go there with him and we'd play soccer, and
Le Parc.
we'd be like, good boot was a goal, boot. Oh, and they used to call me Waddell. Chris Waddell was a player that used to play for Marseille. They used to call me Waddell, ici. Here. But anyway, Paris.
Yes.
We're going to go there again.
And a different adventure.
No prostitutes this time.
No.
Yeah.
Thanks.
That's it. No, really, bar the shouting. Like, I'm shadow banned at the moment.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, do you want to explain? So, I suppose you're not fully shadow banned.
Well, you actually have a better explanation because
Yes.
you tried to get me unshadow banned.
So, but what you are is on Facebook and Instagram, you aren't as visible to people who follow you. You're further down their feeds. And then I would also say that it's not going on to the For You pages.
Yeah.
So it's not heading over there at all, which is what makes something go viral.
Correct.
And you can see that the stuff that's on TikTok then is like some of the reels and the videos are going really well, and then they're about a fifth. The viewings are about a fifth on Instagram and Facebook, which is ideal as you head in to do some shows around Cork. So what I would say is, please make sure if you see some of Cornelius's content on any of your platforms, like it and share it if you feel like sharing it. But definitely like it and comment, even a laughy face,
like, share,
if you find it funny. But on that note,
and if you don't as well.
And if you don't as well.
But like what I would say, like it is crazy. Like it's absolute it's pure censorship. Like and it's
it's not really.
Well, it actually is, right? But it's not for the right reasons. Like, they're censoring my page because I did some videos using AI, artificial intelligence, where I would, I downloaded this app called Parrot, and I was able to get, like, the likes of Donald Trump and Kim Kardashian and, and their mouth would move, but I would do the words. And all I was doing was GAA videos about Donald Trump. Yeah. So, like, they didn't understand what it was. And because... the bots then... there's loads of bot accounts would have flagged your account, and then they'd look at your account. They don't even look into it. Like,
did you know that they had flagged them, like we'd say a month ago?
What do you mean?
Like, did you get a notification saying this video?
I did.
And did you delete them straight away?
No, I didn't.
So that's.
But I didn't. I would have had I known that this is what was going to happen.
Yes.
Like. Yeah, it's so mad, but it's interesting to go through it. Like, I mean, obviously it is not an ideal time for it to be happening to me, but like on TikTok, I did this video now, right, where I'm going around to GA grounds as a reporter, and they're just little kind of
promo videos.
They're promo videos, right, and they're a bit of crack, and they go very well usually, right. I put one up on TikTok on Friday. It got 37,500 views, like fucking a couple of thousand likes, and nearly 800 shares, right? And that's really good, right? That's really good. That same video, right? That same fucking video I'm just looking at it here now, on Instagram got 2,395 views, like.
Yeah.
It got fucking 60 likes, 3 shares, 6 comments. Like, that's not opened up to the public at all. I know that if it was opened up to the public, that it would have done better, because those types of videos, and even that I put them on all the platforms, did very well on Twitter as well.
Yeah, and Twitter's very hard.
Yeah. But
on that note, if you like the podcast, pop on over to the Patreon for
beautiful segue.
It's beautiful segue. I don't think it was, but I'm going to use it anyway. Pop on over for a $5. You get to hear more of our ramblings. Actually, somebody asked me, do we talk more openly on the Patreon than we do on the main platform?
I'd say the Patreon is definitely a little bit more behind the curtain,
A little bit, yeah. I think so.
It would be.
Because you know exactly who's listening on the Patreon, so you know your content. Like, you can...
It would be... No, it's not that we fucking any... But like,
X-rated. It's not R-rated or anything.
It's like, I mean, we speak the truth always. We're always concise and stuff like that. But I suppose we show a little bit more of who we are. I
Ourselves,
suppose,
yeah,
ourselves.
I suppose, yeah, it's more personal.
We pull
I
the
suppose.
plaster back. You can have a look at the old gaping wound a little bit
Oh,
more and be
Jesus,
judging
yeah.
it as it pulsates.
Yeah, I think it's more of a conversation. Like it might be a bit deeper, is it?
Yeah, it is a bit deeper, right? And sometimes what we'll do on the Patreon, which is €5 a month, by the way, lads, right? Less than the price of a pint in your local bar, okay? And there's a back catalogue of over 100 episodes, right? But like, for example, when we were running at the start of the year, when we were doing the Couch to 5K, we did a whole series on that. So you kind of get what's going on in our day-to-day lives more forensically. If you're into that, and people will be like, I have enough of this fucking podcast as it is. Do you want me to fucking be looking at your pulsating wound? How much? A fiver? Go on to fuck, I'll sign up. It's only a fiver.
Okay, we must go, Cornelius
Yeah.
Patrick O'Sullivan.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Good night, Irene. Good night, Irene.
Good luck.
I'll see you in my dreams. Staying by the wall.